This video is on radian measure. Another way to measure angles is what is called in radians. Given a circle of radius r and the vertex of an angle as the center of the circle, if the arc length formed by the intercepting angle circle with the sides of the angle is the same length as the radius r, that is the measure of 1 radian. That arc length is also length r. And this angle measures 1 radian. Arc length of S of a circle is found by the following formula here. S is equal to R times alpha. The arc length, the radius times the measure of the angle. The angle measure must be in radians to use the formula. Find the arc length if we have a circle with a radius of 3 meters and a central angle of 0.52 radians. So the arc length we have to find is in black here. So we have the radius of 3 and the arc length. Measure of the central angle is 0.52 radians. You multiply these together, you get 1.56 meters, and that is the length of the arc. But what if we have the measure of the angle in degrees? We can't use a formula until we convert to radians, but how? We need a conversion from the degrees to radians. We could use a conversion fraction if we knew how many degrees equaled how many radians. So let's start with the arc length formula. If you look at 1 revolution around the circle, the arc length will be the circumference. Remember that the circumference is what? 2 pi r. Okay. We can cancel the r's. This tells that the radian measure all the way around is 2 pi. The radian measure all the way around is 2 pi. And that's the same all the way around, is the same thing as 360 degrees. So 2 pi radians is 360 degrees. Convert 30 degrees to radians using the conversion formula. So multiply 30 degrees times 2 pi radians over 360. Something's going to simplify here. You see 2 over 360 simplifies to 1 over 180. So pi radians halfway around is 180 degrees. Which gives me pi over 6 radians is equivalent to 30 degrees. Which is the same, approximately 0.52 radians. Convert pi over 3 radians to degrees using a conversion fraction. We want radians to go away. So pi over 3, pi's cancel out, and end up with 180 divided by 3. Which is 60 degrees. Here are the angles in degrees and the corresponding radians. You should be familiar with both. So starting from here, 0, go around 180 degrees and go all the way around to 360. So in this case here, 45 is going to be what? Pi over 4. And that's what? 60 degrees. Pi over 3. Understand that pi is the same thing as 180 degrees. This will be what? Pi over 6. What is this here? 2/3 pi. Oh, 2 pi over 3. And this is pi, 180 degrees, which is pi. And this one here, 90 degrees, which is the same thing as half of 180, which is what? Pi over 2. This is 150 degrees, 5 pi over 6 minus 30. 135, the same thing as 3 pi over 4. You'll be working a lot with these angles since you know them both in degrees and radians.